I never expected my career to hinge on a public reprimand. On Kepri Station, discipline was theater. Officers corrected subordinates where everyone could see, voices amplified by the vaulted corridors and the ever-watchful hollow banners of the Interstellar Coalition. It kept morale tight and fear tighter. Still, when Commander Seraphine Kale turned her gaze on me, I felt the station tilt. "Engineer Elias Rook," she said, her voice slicing clean through the concourse. "Step forward." The crowd parted as if obeying gravity. I swallowed and did as ordered, boots echoing against the alloy floor. I knew what this was about. The anomaly in Dock 7. The unauthorized reroute. The decision I'd made in the quiet, with no witnesses, that saved a transport full of refugees, but violated 3 protocols and 1 sacred chain of command. "You altered a sealed power conduit without clearance," she continued. "In front of civilians. Explain." Her eyes were pale, too pale, like starlight filtered through ice. Kale wasn't just a commander. She was something else, something rumored. The Kepri-born, they whispered. Modified. Enhanced. Chosen. "I prevented a cascade failure," I said, keeping my voice steady. "If I hadn't—" "You are not paid to decide what might happen," she snapped. "You are paid to obey." A murmur rippled through the onlookers. I braced for demotion. Maybe exile to a mining outpost. Kale let the silence stretch, her expression unreadable, then turned away. "Report to my private quarters at 2200, she said. "We will discuss your future." That got the murmurs going. Private quarters. Not the tribunal. Not security. Her quarters. I stood frozen as she strode off, her cape catching the station lights like a comet's tail. Only when the crowd dissolved did I realize my hands were shaking. The hours until 2200 crawled. I replayed the reprimand again and again, searching for subtext. Kale was known for severity, not indulgence. Calling me to her quarters meant either something very bad or something stranger. Her quarters were located at the station's apex, beyond biometric doors and a silent honor guard. When the doors parted, I stepped into a space unlike anything else on Kepri Station. It wasn't military. It was alive. Bioluminescent vines traced the walls, pulsing softly. A panoramic viewport revealed the gas giant Kepri itself, its storms turning like slow thoughts. The air carried a faint, clean scent, ozone and rain. Commander Kale stood by the viewport, hands clasped behind her back. "Engineer Rook," she said without turning. "Do you know why I scolded you publicly?" "To make an example," I said. "To reinforce protocol." She turned then, and for the first time, I saw something crack through the commander's mask. Amusement. Curiosity. "Yes," she said. "And to see how you would respond." I responded as trained. "You didn't," she corrected. "You responded as you." She gestured to a seat. I remained standing. "You broke protocol to save lives," she continued. "You calculated risk faster than our predictive cores. You acted without waiting for permission from a system that would have been too slow." I frowned. "Then why the reprimand?" "Because if I praised you publicly," she said softly, "others would try to imitate you, and most would fail." She stepped closer. The room seemed to hum as she did. "I need people who think like you," she said. "But I must be certain." "Certain of what?" I asked. "That you're not reckless," she replied. "That you can carry a secret." With a gesture, she activated a hollow projector. Light filled the room, forming a 3-dimensional map of the station, and something else beneath it. Structures not on any public schematic. Organic shapes intertwined with metal. "Kepri Station is not just a station," Kale said. "It is a living interface. A bridge." "To where?" I whispered. She met my gaze. to the Kepri core, to the intelligence that predates the coalition. My mind raced. Legends spoke of ancient machine minds, of symbiotic civilizations that merged biology and technology, all dismissed as myth. I was born to be its voice, Kale said. Engineered, trained, bound to it. But the core is changing. It requires adaptation. It requires human intuition. You're saying... I'm saying I called you here because you heard something the rest of us didn't, she said. When the conduit destabilized, you didn't just see numbers. You felt the station. I couldn't deny it. In that moment at Dock 7, the station had seemed to breathe. What do you want from me? I asked. She studied me for a long moment, then smiled. A rare, genuine curve of her lips. I want you to join a project that does not officially exist, she said. And I want your answer tonight. The days that followed blurred into secrecy. I was transferred to a department with no name, given access to systems no engineer should see. Beneath the station, we worked in chambers grown, not built. The Kepri core revealed itself in fragments, patterns, pulses, questions. And Kale was always there. Not as a commander, but as a guide. She showed me how the core communicated through emotion as much as data, how it responded to creativity and trust. We argued. We laughed, quietly, in the glow of alien light. The public scolding faded into a shared secret. But secrets have gravity. The coalition noticed the energy fluctuations. Inspectors arrived. Questions followed. Kale grew distant, the weight of command settling back onto her shoulders. One night, alarms cut through the station. The core surged, reacting to an external probe forcing its way through the interface. In the chaos, Kale found me in the lower chamber.
They're trying to seize it, she said.
To weaponize it. What can we do? I asked. There is one option, she said. But it will cost me my position. And you your anonymity. Tell me, I said. We merged the interface, she said. Human, Kepri, and core. Permanently. The implications hit me like vacuum. That could kill you. It could also save millions, she said. And it requires 2 anchors. She didn't have to say more. We initiated the sequence as coalition forces breached the chamber. Light and sound folded inward. I felt the station. No, the being wrap around us. Curious, ancient, afraid. Kale reached for my hand. Do you trust me? She asked. With my life, I said. Ending. When the light faded, the alarms were gone. So were the soldiers. Kepri Station hung in calm orbit, its system stable in a way they had never been before. The core's presence was no longer hidden beneath layers of metal and secrecy. It flowed through the station openly, harmonized. Commander Seraphine Kale no longer stood beside me. Instead, her voice echoed gently through the chamber, through the walls, through the very air. Elias, it said. Are you afraid? I took a steady breath. I could feel the station now. The hum of engines, the quiet dreams of travelers, the vast awareness of the core braided with something unmistakably human. No, I said. I'm not. Good, Kale replied, warmth threaded through the words. Neither am I. The coalition arrived days later to find a station transformed and a commander officially lost in the incident. In her place was a new accord, one that recognized Kepri Station as a sovereign entity guided by a human liaison. That was my title. In public, I was an engineer elevated beyond expectation. In private, in the quiet moments when the stars wheeled past the viewport, I spoke with her, my partner, my commander, my friend, now something greater than any of those. She had scolded me in public to protect the future. She had called me to her private quarters to change it. And together, we became the bridge the galaxy didn't know it needed.